Hello and welcome to New Mexico Rising. My name is Dan. You know, each and every week I try to bring people from all across the country to talk to me about cool things we could do right here in New Mexico. On this week's show, I got the Cast of The Ark.
Throughout the course of season 2, I'm going to try so hard not to give any spoilers here.
And Netflix takes us to new heights.
Yeah, I was a sort of amateur urban explorer, rooftopper in my teens and 20s before I even knew the activity had a name. We just called it trespassing.
All that and more right here on New Mexico Rising. Dry eye is increasingly common, affecting millions of Americans and impacting their daily lives. From occasional symptoms to chronic disease, it can cause significant discomfort and even damage to the eye surface if it's left untreated. So, what are the causes, symptoms, and ways to manage dry eye? Well, today we have Dr. Christopher Starr, a refractive and cornea surgeon at Weill Cornell Medicine, and Rebecca Petrus, president and co-founder of the Dry Eye Foundation. They're here to help us understand this condition. Welcome to the show, you two. How are you?
Great, thank you.
All right, so what is dry eye and what do you think causes it?
Well, dry eye is a condition where the eyes tend to be very dry, as the name suggests. It's usually caused by either a decrease in tear production or tear volume, or the tears that we do produce are of poor quality and tend to evaporate very quickly, and often it's a little bit of both of those things. There are a number of associations and a number of things that can cause it. One is just age and hormonal changes as we get older, but we are seeing it much more commonly in younger patients, including teenagers and kids who are spending more and more time on computers. And that goes basically for all of us. You know, most of our days are spent on computers, and that is a big factor when it comes to dry eyes and ocular surface, amongst a whole host of other things, other medical conditions, medications that we may take, the changing environment, lower humidity, so on and so forth. But there are lots and lots of things that can be associated with dry eyes.
So what impact does dry eye have on pretty much daily life?
If you want a way to kind of visualize how it affects people, imagine how your eyes feel when you get shampoo in them when you're showering, right? You rinse it out, 5 minutes later, you never know what happened. But imagine if that feeling of having shampoo in your eyes went on and on and on, and you're actually dealing with that all day. So if you can picture how that might affect you during your day, you'll see this is something that just kind of cascades through everything. Trying to do your job with shampoo in your eyes, trying to drive with shampoo in your eyes, trying to even just have a good conversation with someone when you've got the feeling of shampoo in your eyes. There's just one example. We all experience dry eye symptoms very differently, but that's the level of impact that it can have when it progresses.
So how can people manage their symptoms, and how can symptoms pretty much progress over the time?
Yeah, the simple thing, well, what the most important thing, then, the reason why we're here to raise awareness, and it's Dry Eye Month. If people have symptoms, any of the symptoms that we're describing, and another symptom we didn't mention is the impact that this can have on vision. You know, when the eyes are dry, the vision tends to decrease. It can fluctuate throughout the day. Blinking sometimes temporarily improves it. And that is an often overlooked symptom of dry eye. So if anybody out there is hearing that, what we encourage everyone to do with any of these symptoms is to see an eye doctor. We have great ways of diagnosing dry eyes. We have great ways of treating dry eye. And that treatment can spread from the simple over-the-counter medications like artificial tears, warm compresses, just behavioral modifications like blinking more when we're on the computer, taking breaks, closing the eyes periodically, running humidifiers in the house, et cetera, et cetera. But a lot of the more advanced cases, and when this goes undiagnosed and untreated for long periods, it can progress to more advanced stages. And we encourage people to get this looked at in the early stages because that's when it's much easier to treat. As it gets more advanced, it can have more impact on quality of life, on work productivity, and it can even damage the eye. And so the treatments then usually involve things like prescription medications. We have procedural treatments that we can provide in the office, and usually that's also in combination with the over-the-counter treatments as well. But see an eye doctor and get a nice targeted, customized treatment plan for your dry eyes.
Thank you for joining me this morning. Where can we go for more information about any of this?
Bausch & Lomb has a great website called knowyourdryeye.com, and that's a good place to start.
We also have lots of resources at dryeyefoundation.org. We're a nonprofit.
All right. Thank you, too, for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
Currently, more than 14 million Americans have a serious mental illness, conditions that can be treated with antipsychotic medicines. Use of these medicines have gone up 22%, increasing the risk of developing a debilitating chronic movement condition called Tardive Dyskinesia. Joining us to talk more about this is Rakesh Jain, a clinical professor at the Department of Psychiatry at Texas Tech University School of Medicine, and Sherlyn Peterson, a patient living with Tardive Dyskinesia. Welcome to the show, you two.
Hello there. My name is Dr. Rakesh Jain, and I'm a psychiatrist and an expert in tardive dyskinesia. First of all, tardive dyskinesia is an abnormal body movement disorder that can affect any part of the person's being, but primarily affects the face. And it is often caused as a result of long-term treatment with these important medications we use to treat many kinds of mental disorders known as antipsychotics. So the relationship is long-term treatment with these medications in some people can cause this terrifying condition and impairing condition called tardive dyskinesia.
My name is Sherlyn Peterson, and first I would like to say that I am very excited to share my TD story on behalf of Teva. I was diagnosed with TD in 2018. My symptoms were quivering of my jaw, my sagging of my mouth. I had people come up to me and ask me if when I had a stroke, not if I had a stroke. Eventually, what happened was I was able to get a diagnosis of TD from my clinician. And it felt really good to have a name to go with what I was suffering from.
As you heard from Sherlyn, this can be quite a challenging condition, and we are so very fortunate to have FDA-approved treatments. But for the last several years, we've had Austedo approved for the treatment of tardive dyskinesia. But now we have Austedo XR, which is 1 pill a day treatment, whatever the right dose might be for the person, and it can be used right alongside other psychiatric medications like I was mentioning previously, the antipsychotic medications. We do have 3-year data that demonstrates its benefits, and we also know quite a bit about the side effects of the medications. So to watch out for, the 2 more common side effects were sleep difficulties and nasopharyngitis. But it's the conversation between you and your clinician, your doctor, maybe your nurse practitioner, that will lead to getting the right diagnosis, the right treatment. If you want to get more information on this condition, think of this website, austedo.com.
Thanks for joining me this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
What better way to enjoy the summer than enjoy it while saving a little bit of money? So joining us today to save some money this summer is social media expert Stephanie Hill of Whataburger. Hill's here to kind of share what Whataburger can help you do to beat that heat and save some cash with some free deals and some super tasty meals that are sure to put a smile on pretty much everyone's face. Let's welcome her to the show. Stephanie Hill, how are you, my friend?
Hello, Dan. Thank you for having me.
All right, so why is it important to find some time for summer fun?
Well, summer is all about making those special memories over craveable food, and that is exactly what Whataburger is known for. That's why I like to say the only thing hotter than those summertime temperatures is Whataburger's Summer of Savings deals. So whether you're swinging through the drive-thru on a summer road trip or dining in after hitting the pool, or just ordering from your Whataburger app, these savings are gonna fill you up without squeezing your wallet.
So what are some easy ways to enjoy this time of year?
Well, if you don't have National Chicken Wing Day on your calendar yet, jot it down now. It's July 29th, and Whataburger is celebrating with a buy one, get one free Whata Wings offer. That's a July 29th BOGO offer that's going to be in the Whataburger app only, so don't miss it.
Can you give us some reasons to celebrate summer before the new year or the new school year begins?
Sure, start a family tradition. Load up the whole family, head to your favorite Whataburger for a fun meal and a sweet treat. That's gonna be easier than ever with our back to school offer. Kids eat free every Tuesday in August. And the offer applies to anything on the Whataburger Kids menu. One free kids meal is available for each full-sized, regularly priced meal purchased. I know my son is so excited about this one. It's the perfect way to celebrate back to school with the whole family.
So what is a unique sweet treat that both kids and adults can enjoy?
We have sweet treats. We have so many more deals you don't want to miss. From August 12th to August 16th, we're offering free Buffalo Ranch chicken strip sandwiches. That's when you purchase medium fry, medium drink. Look at how delicious that Buffalo Ranch is. And for breakfast, you can get a free 12-ounce hot coffee or 16-ounce iced coffee with the purchase of any breakfast entree. Chocolate lovers can enjoy a Whataburger chocolate chunk brownie for only $2 with the purchase of any meal. Plus, cool off with a limited edition caramel latte shake for just $1. All of these offers are only available for a limited time, so take advantage of them while you can.
So what is something that could make some special memories?
We do have something special coming up. On August 8th, we're celebrating our 74th birthday. And we're celebrating by giving away free birthday shakes. And these aren't just any shakes. We've never done anything like this before. It's a 20-ounce shake. It's birthday cake flavored. And it is that gorgeous Whataburger orange with sprinkles. And it's gorgeous. It's delicious. And like I said, it's only here for our birthday. So it's going to be free to Whataburger Rewards members. Download the app now, become a rewards member, earn more, save more, and come celebrate our birthday with us and get your free birthday shake on August 8th.
Stephanie Hill, thanks for joining me this morning. Where can we go for more information?
Sure. For more information, visit stories.whataburger.com, or if you're ready to start ordering and saving now, download the app or visit whataburger.com.
Stephanie Hill, thanks for joining me this morning.
Thank you.
All right, today we're exploring Skywalkers, a love story. Because, you know, gravity tends to work. And that's one thing that I would be so afraid of doing anything that's in this documentary. It's about two Moscow daredevils, Angela Nikolou and Ivan Birkus, where they have this thing where they like to climb buildings on the outside, kind of for sport and art. The documentary is directed by Jeff Zimbalist, and he's here with us to talk about it. Welcome to the show, Jeff. How are you, my friend?
Doing well. Thanks for having me.
Okay. What got you to want to do a documentary about these two, or a documentary about this subject overall, I guess?
Yeah, I was a sort of amateur urban explorer, rooftopper in my teens and 20s before I even knew the activity had a name. We just called it trespassing. But I was drawn to it because there was a transcendence of escaping the conventional locations of the city and finding a place where I could face my fear on my own terms. And that draw to the unknown helped me figure out who I was. And so I think that's a similar attraction that Vanya and Angela had initially before they turned it into a career. When I found out others were doing this around the world, and they were doing much higher buildings and taking incredible photography of it, I started to track the rise of the phenomena, looking for a story that would resonate as deeply as my experience had. Mostly for 15 years, I just saw daredevils risking their lives for likes, and that wasn't of interest to me. It wasn't until 2016 when Angela Nikolou, as you mentioned, burst on the scene. She's the first female rooftopper at the time, and she's saying, I don't want to be like the guys. I'm going to do my own thing, do it through a female lens. She said her influences were high artists like Jean-Michel Basquiat and Andy Warhol, not influencers like the Kardashians. And then I called her, and she said she'd been raised in a traveling circus, and she saw this activity of rooftoping as the modern day traveling circus. I thought that was fascinating, and she introduced me to this guy, Vanya, who at the time is the most popular rooftopper in Russia, but she presented him as her rival or a competitor. And you could sense under the surface that there was a bubbling flirtation. And that's where this seed got planted of, okay, here's an angle. Maybe we could tell a love story on top of the world. Maybe we can use extreme climbing as a metaphor for romantic trust and make this something relatable to your average viewer who would never in a million years think to do an activity like this.
So rooftops and romance, that's a pretty interesting way to go. It took you, what, 7 years, 6 countries to film this thing? There must be like challenges that were involved in that. What were some of the challenges or hurdles you had to jump over while producing this documentary?
Yeah, the number one obstacle and fear is that somebody would get hurt. Safety was our top priority. This is guerrilla filmmaking, and we're responsible for not only Ivan and Angela, but our crew. And so we had a really strict safety protocol that we wrote out and signed with them and with their families and with all of our crew. And it outlined how far we could go on some of these missions with them. And then we would let them go without us from there, because there's cranes and spires and stuff. They have 10 plus years experience. They negotiate their threshold for risk with each other constantly as a part of their process. We didn't want to distract them from that. Didn't want to put the team in danger either. And so they did a lot of the extreme cinematography themselves, while we did a lot of the cinematography about their relationship. Another obstacle, obviously, is getting something like this off the ground, and we had a leap of faith for finance from Library Films and XYZ, and they're like, we don't know what the ending is. It's cinema verite. It could be many years in the making, but we believe in you and we believe in the project, and here we are 7 years later, and we did have a climax, and we do have a finish line, and nobody got hurt, and this little harebrained scheme that I had ages ago has turned into something that the world can experience today on Netflix. So I'm incredibly grateful.
All right, my friend, thanks for joining me today. That's Jeff Zimbalist. You got to check out Skywalkers, a love story. It's streaming right now on Netflix. Thanks for joining me, my friend.
Thank you.
Financial stress can manifest in some surprising ways. Jessica Curtis has more on a revealing survey that can help people understand how finances may impact their mental health.
A new survey by Genius Bank, the digital banking division of SMBC Manubank, member FDIC and part of the SMBC Group, uncovers that 53% of those surveyed think about their finances daily.
Respondents shared insights on money stressors and goals, and what being rich means to them. Almost 40% said they felt behind financially, which could explain their reported self-doubt and anxiety. Good financial habits like these may help. Get money smart. Avoid comparisons. Schedule FaceTime with your finances. Address your debt strategically and spend intentionally. Make a savings routine using a high-yield account. Genius Savings has a market-leading rate and no fees. Genius Bank conducted this research because we are committed to providing products, services, and resources that help consumers live richer lives, both financially and emotionally.
To learn more about the tips and Genius Bank savings products, visit geniusbank.com/mind-money-connection.
Have you ever wondered how your Amazon orders arrive so quickly? Today we have Valeria Pascucci, Amazon's Director of Same-Day Delivery, joining us from Seattle to reveal the secrets behind Amazon's lightning-fast delivery speeds. Valeria is here with the innovative use of AI and improvements in delivery facilities, and what customers can expect in the future. Welcome to the show, Valeria. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks, Dan, for having me here and giving me the opportunity to share an exciting news about Amazon, our new record on speed.
So how is Amazon making deliveries even faster, and why is this a priority?
Yeah, so first of all, year to date, we have delivered more than 5 billion items the very same day or the next day a customer places an order. This is our fastest speed ever for our prime customer globally. For us, it's a priority because customers really love to receive their packages at their door conveniently at very fast speed. And the combination of vast selection delivered extremely fast, it's what's unique to Amazon. And that's what we'll continue to invest on and making sure we delight our customer every day they come and shop on our store.
And I'm a big fan of AI right now. How are you using AI to improve some of those delivery speeds?
We use different types of technology, but I'm sure the one that is fascinating to you is the AI, and in particular, machine learning algorithms that enable us to anticipate and predict where the demand will be regionally, and in particular, what type of product, where and when customer would expect to receive them. So then with those information, we work with our vendors and selling partners to make sure that we place the inventory closer to our customer, and then we can reduce the number of miles and also speeding up the delivery. And this is extremely important in order to continuously improve the customer experience.
So how have your facilities improved some of the product speeds?
There are different ways, but one which is very passionate about is robotics that we use in different type of fulfillment center, including the same-day delivery facility. The same-day delivery facility in particular have a different design, are particularly unique in their kind, because we can pick, pack, sort, and make sure the packages are delivered as fast as few hours, all in one location under a single roof. And this is enable us to make sure the most popular items are on a single location. We can then consolidate more unit in a box, drive less mile, drive less delivery, and making sure then your packages are arriving faster and earlier than you would expect.
Valeria Pascucci, thanks for joining me this morning. Where can we go for more information about any of this?
You go on the Amazon.com, search for any product. We offer tens of millions of items at same day and next day speed. So try and test it out. We can keep it up to with your promise that you would expect.
Valeria Pascucci, thanks for joining me this morning, my friend.
Thanks a lot, Dan.
Behind every athlete is a handful of heroes who helped fuel their journey. Parents, friends, coaches, teammates, and fans who have all had their hand in success. Thanks to Team USA's diving coach, we gained more insight into the power of community support and the pressure to perform.
David Bodaya, a 3-time Olympian, 4-time medalist, and new USA diving coach, knows just how high the pressure is for Team USA athletes.
It's a roller coaster of emotions. So they're excited for opening ceremonies, but also nervous for competition, but also prepared for it. So if they are able to take it one step at a time and manage how they compete and approach their training, then they'll do well.
As a Team Toyota athlete, Bodaya will be showing his support for all of Team USA and hopes we'll be following along.
We have not just diving, but there's sports all around this Olympic Games where I have cheering them on to compete their best. And so there's Team USA, there's Team Toyota, and whatever competition it is, I'm going to be in that arena to cheer them on.
For more information and inspiring stories, follow at Team Toyota on Instagram.
If you're a big fan of sci-fi series The Ark, today we have 3 of its stars with us. Christy Burke, Richard Fleshman, and Reese Ritchie with season 2 just premiering. There's a lot to uncover about the new adventures of Ark 1. So let's welcome them to the show. Christy, Richard, and Reese, how are you, my friends?
Hey, how's it going?
Very well. Thank you for having us.
All right, Christy, Lieutenant Sharon Garnett has been through quite a journey. What do you think we could expect from her in season 2, and how has her role sort of changed over the time?
Oh, I always have such a hard time answering these questions because there's so much that happens that I don't want to give anything up to fans because I don't want to ruin it. But we definitely see her having more confidence as a leader. She has her people backing her now. She's not trying to prove to them that she is the right one to lead this ship. But we also get to see her have other relationships besides just leadership relationships. You know, she gets to potentially fall in love. There's a lot of tragedy this season. Yeah, I think we get to see a more well-rounded individual this season.
And Richard, Lieutenant James Bryce has also had some challenges. What new conflicts or dilemmas will you think that he's going to face this season?
Oh, so many. I mean, season 2 just takes things to a whole new level for all of us. We all go on huge sort of irreversible changes. And the only thing I can really say to fans who might be wanting to tune in is whatever you think you might expect the unexpected, because this season is going to surprise you. And I can't wait for all of the people messaging and going, what? Because there's some pretty major twists planned. But for Bryce, you know, we pick off in season 2 and he's in a slightly better place. He's healthy and he's happy, but it won't last that long. It never does in space. But yeah, it's all good.
And Reese, Lieutenant Spencer Lane is a pretty fascinating character. Can you share some insights on his storyline for season 2? Or are there any new dynamics that he's going to end up experiencing with the crew?
I think throughout season 1, you know, initially he had kind of a bit of a problem with Garnet because Garnet it felt like, to him at least, that she elected herself as leader. And as 3 lieutenants in his head, we're like, well, hang on, the 3 of us are lieutenants. You know, why should you lead? Why not me? Or why not Bryce or whatever? And so he has a kind of petulance about him in season 1, which slowly gets kind of worn off. And then in season 2, he just goes on this unbelievable journey of self-discovery and is progressively humbled throughout the whole of season 2. And, you know, is a team player, but I just literally cannot tell you anything about his journey because everywhere lies spoilers. But it was just an incredible experience to have these scripts come through the door and just not be able to see any of it coming. I don't know how Jonathan Glassner and Dean Devlin do it, but they really did hand us a show this season that is just going to shock and awe everyone, I think, across all characters. It's a really great series, I believe, but we'll see.
Hey, I'm okay with spoilers here because I know your bosses don't watch my show, so...
But they will watch us.
Oh,
and
all right.
They're always watching, man.
I like acting.
All right. With new crew members joining, is there like new dynamics that kind of adjust in the ship, or is there any like new alliances, conflicts, or anything else surprising that we could throw in there?
Oh, many. Yeah, I think there's new arrivals of people, and like with any good sort of long-running thing, we never know who's good and who's bad and what their intentions are. And what's been a lovely thing is we've throughout the course of season 2, I'm going to try so hard not to give any spoilers here, but we start to question things that we always assumed. So we might start to dig a little deeper on the reasons why we're all there and motives that our characters held dear and saw as virtuous are starting to become in question. And it's kind of leads to a lot of ambiguity for all of our characters. So yeah, it's a big old treat in store. I'm stopping before I give anything away. I'm out. Oh my God, that was close. It was close. Okay.
All right. Wait, hold on.
Neo in the Matrix.
Oh, it looks. Oh no, my bosses are saying that Dean and Jonathan actually they DVR the show and watch it regularly, or this show and watch it regularly. So yeah,
shucks.
we can't release anything there. All right. Check out new episodes of The Ark. It's every Wednesday at 10/9 Central on Sci-Fi. You got to follow their journey as they navigate their quest for a new home. Thank you 3 for joining us. I always say thank you 2, but thank you 3 for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Cheers.
That's it for New Mexico Rising. I want to thank you for tuning in and checking out the show. If you actually want to be on the show, just email me. That's newmexicorising@gmail.com. Follow us on our social medias. That is Facebook and Instagram. Just look up New Mexico Rising TV and you'll be able to find each one of those there. Go to our website, newmexicorising.com. We got merch, books from some of the authors that we're giving away for free. All you got to do is pay for shipping. That's newmexicorising.com. Follow us on YouTube. That's youtube.com/@NMRising. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to that channel over there. Until next week, that was New Mexico Rising.
Transform ordinary moments into extraordinary memories with our magical succulent bar. Whether it's a quiet moment of reflection or a first date, let the enchantment of nature enhance every occasion. Radiate positivity and create manifestations while making your very own magical succulent. Embrace the magic at Zinkstown, where we bring positivity to any occasion.